Hey, this is your girl Cece, and I want you to keep it locked to the Uncle Drama Show.
Yes, my people. I'm the man of the hour, Uncle Drama, but he's not here for an hour today, you know. It's a slick, short thing. But in the studio today, we have a special guest, right? My brother from another mother, right? Him go by the name of Talapaton. How you doing, sir?
There, Uncle Drama, Tala representing.
Just me, star. Just me. Yeah, so how's life treating you, Tala?
Well, it's always good. It's always good. Can't complain. When you have life, you can't complain. And it's a waste.
That's right. Right? And you see, Tala, he was a music artist. He's a white man. And one of the baddest white man me know. And one of the realest too. You understand? Where certain man's dodging certain questions and don't want to, face certain things. If you want certain things to answer, you got to Tala. You understand? Because you get the real answer. No kind of thing.
True.
Right? Oh, God, man. All right, so, yeah, man. Life I treat you good, Talapaton, and I'm glad to see you in the studio today, because you're definitely one of my brother, man, and I respect you. So, enough love and, prosperity. All right, people, so listen, we're going to jump into this little quick one here with Talapaton, right? So, Talapaton, you seen where the BREXIT thing, and the English pound drop down, and, people are ball. I said soon them have to pay a visa to go to these little European countries, and everything's going to get tightened, and the Europeans are fret now, say they might get kicked out. And what is your views on all of this, Mr. Talapaton?
Well, so basically, there's levels in it. There's the hierarchy, elite. There's investors, and then there's just the common man. The common man has got the most to say about it and has the least power to do anything.
True.
So really, when you're looking at Brexit and the whole European idea, because it's still an idea that's only just come around or getting finalized now, the common man is really just watching the elites play out their contractual and their decisions, and we're basically looking at monarchies, banking families, ruling elite families deciding how much they're gonna invest in their ancestral alignment with each other.
True.
So we're not really looking at does British people really want to be a part of Europe? Because the answer of that is no. No Englishman wants to be called a European. You might find people in America that say Europeans, and the Europeans came to America. It's just a lie. Europe was never existed and never was, unless you want to name a place, an area. Europe doesn't exist. There was a couple of tribes that spoke in completely different languages, quick to chop off each other's head, quick. There was no us, and there never has been an us. We only started getting Europe because we realised we got some sun over there, so we just took over Spain and Greece. Apart from that, it's rich yuppies that are going round and travelling France and all these different countries, eating different foods. Real British English people are not fucking doing that.
True.
We're not doing that. We go and get a holiday, come back, that's it.
True.
So the whole, do we want to be a part of Europe, is definitely 100% no, because we're islanders. If we join Europe, some man could call us Germans. And even though our granddads dealt with their granddads, even the grandsons are saying they would never want to be referred as a German. They're English.
Yeah. That's
so.
True.
And this is the white view.
That's right.
So when people are talking about, okay, let's all just make the world smaller, and the world is getting smaller, and we're more culturalized, we're more multicultural, it makes sense to join Europe, which does make sense to join Europe. But really, like I said before, this is not the common man's. This is nothing to do with the common man. It never has been.
Yeah.
This is the elites figuring out what they're gonna, where they're taking it. And there's lots of talk about if the Bank of England and the monarchy join Europe, does she still have sovereignty over the island and this and that, and who's really gonna be in control? Because England, if they're gonna join Europe, they want to run that. That is the levels. If they're gonna join, they want to be the head of that.
Daddy.
Yeah, they want to be daddy. There's no uncle or nephew. They want to be dads. Them are the dads. So we're just watching the elites run this out. People are voting and talking about immigrants and this and that. The whole country was built on immigrants. The world is built on immigrants.
True.
That's just how it works.
True.
Most white English people have got Irish, Scottish, Welsh descent. And you might say it's the same people, but it's not. When you start dwelling down, it's like calling the Trinis and the Jamaicans and the Guyanas the same people. They are the same people, but when you go into the finer details, everybody cooks their pot a little bit different. Everybody seasons their thing a little bit different. Every man does their way a little thing. Accents, chirps in. The whole thing is different, but then when you zoom out, like Google Earth, you start zooming out, it looks the same. Okay, black people, okay, Africans, okay, right.
Yeah.
But it's the same with England. We're individual people. We don't want to be part of nothing. So we're just watching elites play out. And we've never been a part of it and never was. So the elites, this is the ruling elites finalizing what they want to do. And they've decided, you know what? We're already done taking over this place. From their view, this is what they're saying. We've already done took over this place. But we ain't ready to really just melt into Europe like that, because we've still got some fuckeries to kick over in all them Muslim states and all of Africa right now, because there's other fish to fry. There's other fish to fry, and it's Russia and it's China and it's rising Latin America and rising Africa continents. So there's other stuff to be more interested for the elites. So they said, look, we're all doing this thing anyway. So the banks, the ruling elites, the monarchies, the duchess of all the European countries, it's they're deciding. They're deciding how much they're going to put in and put out. And then the media just blag on about immigrants and that, and then let the common man argue. So my view is that we'll always be English by island, whether we join or not. Free holidays, it was never free anyway. And we was only going to get a tan. Nobody was eating no Spanish food. No one was eating nothing. We wanted, listen, when we go Spain, they still want bacon, eggs and chips.
That's
and
right.
if you ain't got it, we're not eating.
That's right.
That's the reality of it. Because
That's
that's how the English stay. They want to see, everyone wants to see a little bit of theirs. But go look at Spain. The English have taken over. We're pissing up and sicking up all over the place, kicking off like it's Rumford and Bexley Heath.
Football match.
Yeah, it's like we take our culture anywhere. So all we looking for is some sun. And if Europe says no, you can't come in, they'll go somewhere else. They'll just start going Morocco. They'll start going wherever they can, because really England's only looking for a sunshine, and that's it from the common man. But everything else, you're just watching the elites play out, and that's the truth of it, drummer.
Real
that's
talk.
the truth of it.
Real talk. And that's coming from my brother, you know, a white man, you know, Talapaton, you know, my white brother, you know, yeah. And the man, they keep it 1000% real, yeah. So you hear that, right? So the next thing I want to talk to you about Talapaton, right, is, you see, whether you know, as you can see in the media, America, bare black man's getting killed by police officers. You know, they got their hands up, they're not doing nothing wrong. Some of them go up on the floor and they still a get shot. You know, them a shot little picnic, them a shot woman, them a kill people. I don't know what's going on. You know, people was happy that Obama came into power, but you know, it's coming like, say, I don't know if the black people was looking for some savior because they saw Obama, but it didn't work out, right? It did not work out. That Obama thing did not work out for the black people's favor. And you know, whether you see a interview with Liquor Wayne, and the woman asks him about black lives, and him saying don't business about the black life, him saying for him bitches lives matter, right? And him not get involved, it ain't got nothing to do with him. And if you get involved with something with nothing to do with you, you crazy. And you know, the whole hip hop world is bashing him right now because, well, you know, Wayne was never like that guy. He was never a spokesman like that. You're a good rapper, but you know, when it comes to intelligently speaking, I didn't see you like that. No disrespect to you, my brother, but you know, you'd never you would never be my spokesman. Yeah? But, you know, he make himself look like an idiot. Because they might ask you about black lives. We're talking about Black Lives Matters, yeah? And y'all come talk about something else. Because you's a rich guy and you rich and you's a black youth and you come from New Orleans, and that should make you know that Black Lives Matter. And because the cameraman is white and you is black and you's a nigger and you's a slave, that should make you know that, you know. And to me that just sounds, it just sounds so ridiculous, brother. You know, you sound like a idiot. You sound like you drink too much of the lean, or where you take a, I don't know what you're doing, brother, but fix up yourself, little Wayne, because you're going like a idiot. Uncle Jama said that right now. So when me I ask you right now, Talapaton, right? What is your thoughts and opinion on this Black Lives Matters thing concerning the cops killing these innocent black people? Because it's 200 and odd some people they killed this year, right? And I don't know of none of the black people having gun on them. I'm not saying that there hasn't been one or two, but these are innocent people sitting in car, they're asking you for your driving license, and them a shot through thing and I kill your man, I sell CD and them I kill you. What is your opinion from that as a white brother? I look into the crystal ball. How do you see it?
Like I said, the other thing, there's levels, isn't it? The levels is that America is a different place altogether. It's a different place altogether. These feds, old bill police officers, whatever you want to call them, there's a massive link to KKK. Massive link.
Most definitely.
And most of their police officers are coming straight in from the ex-military, and the militarization of the police force is happening globally because we don't know what the New World Order is anyway.
Yeah.
Just for everybody, let alone the Black New World Order for them. So they're picking the most vile, sickest, stricken types of people to start governing black areas.
Yeah.
That's the realest of it. Like, of course, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, like, the answers in a question. Of course, it matters, but the police seem to just be. Personally, it looks like the police want to get a reaction from black people, because if you really check it now, drummer,
yes,
black people are on a humongous rise globally. Yeah. Because we can talk about the negativities of it all, but the truth of it is that black people are dominating every single aspect that they get involved in, whether it be sports. Okay, you're gonna say, oh, all black people can slam dunk and all black people can just run. That's the same bull that whites will be saying anyway. But you got to remember, there's levels. This is a growing species right now.
That's right.
Yeah, because we already know the history. Yeah, we know the history, what's gone on. So now there's the healing process. And the healing process is coming around thick and fast. Africa, for Africans, is healing thick and fast. West Indians that have travelled and gone around the world are doing their own healing. The Black America are doing their own healing. And it's all connecting. And they can see this. We can see this. Black people can see this. But remember, these white guys, they're in control, yeah? They're not looking at it like, oh, black people are going to get their stuff together. They're literally working out how long is it going to take for black people to get their shit together, completely globalized, and then it's like, wow, this is not just an enemy that they can control in one part of the world. It's an enemy within their world, within their western hemispheres, within the lower hemisphere, within the fucking equator hemisphere. So this is what is really going on. We already know that there's a global agenda to wrap up the entire planet, that they're going to extinct most of the population, yeah, whites, blacks, browns, Asians. We already know this. So what they're trying to do now is destroy everybody's individual progress. And seeing as we're talking about the individual destruction of the black race,
yes,
they are sending out people to start shoot up black people, normal black people, because if you shoot someone's son in a black area, it's gonna ripple. It's gonna ripple in that area, and it's not just gonna be, oh, it's another black guy shot. It's gonna be spoke about, talked about, rapped about, discussed about.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big ripple, and this is what they want. They want to get a reaction from black people, and in the end, it's like it's gonna happen anyway, because the black people are not just gonna stand around with posters like white people have been doing for so long. Because white people have been trying to change their government for ages, and the only time they ever changed anything was when they revolted. The peasants revolt. Look at the English history when the peasants revolted. It was when man just went, you know what?
Enough.
Pick up their spear and start chop off people's heads. Yeah, that's the only way anything got changed. Marching outside empty buildings when everyone's fucking gone home, it don't work. So black people, it's not gonna work for them either. So there's a time and place, and the place now is that black people are rising on the planet. Like I said, black people are rising on the planet. They want to stop this. The way to stop this is to just keep doing what they've already been doing, which is this
solution.
Yeah, and they've been doing it. It's not a new thing. They've been killing. They've been like destroying the image of black people, or stereotyping the image of black people, destroying areas that came together of blacks and whites and interracial. They've got everything. They've got fake groups up to say about that every black man's just trying to sleep with a white woman for this, and that every white man's just taking a black woman away from the black man. There's all this, and this is all to keep stirring, and I'll be honest, the white people ain't got a effing clue what's been going on. Because in their world, which is being highly segregated, they're more worried about mortgages. Is the things that normal people should be. Immigrants. Normal things that people should be worrying about, not the immigrants. Now, like I said, when I speak to white people and I argue with these guys, these Britain First people and these EDL people, I said to him, "Do you hate black people?" No. My niece is mixed race. No. I've got black mates. No. But your granddad hated the black man the same way they're now telling you that the brown man is the new face of the black man. Even though they haven't stopped trying to destroy the black image. But now there's a new image that needs to be destroyed. It's the Muslim man.
That's right.
So any young white guys that they hate the Muslims, they think the Muslims are coming over, you're falling for the same song sheet and song as what our ancestors fell against, what we thought about black people.
I don't mean to cut you to that, but you notice, 20-25 years ago, it was, I hate them blacks, them packies and all this, right? And the chinks and all this stuff, But now, they ain't saying that no more. They're saying, oh, I'm not being funny, but these Muslims, so it's evolved from these blacks, packies and chinks to Muslims. So it's another level now. But it's still the same thing.
It's like Mario Kart changing his car. It's the same thing. You're still in the same level. You're still doing the same race. You just need to change the one little aspect of it. It's not black now. It's brown.
That's right.
But we're not saying that the black struggle is over. Far from it. But white people have stopped hating black people for black's sake. Now, but we can be rounded up tribalistically, because we're very tribalistic. I can't speak for Europeans and Americans. I don't know them. But English, we're very tribalistic. Put a football match on and we want to fight each other. We don't need no one else. Trust me, we don't need no one else. So from you got that spark and that ignite in you, it can be used against you and also used against other people. So now, the Muslim man is the tribalistic spark for us. People are arguing about Muslims and that. I'm like, oh, how many Muslims you sat down and had dinner with?
Never.
They haven't.
Never.
They haven't. But they've been eating loads of kebabs and Indians since they've been growing up. But guess what? All the kebabs and the Indians, most of them are Muslim.
Right.
But you never had a problem then. But now you're getting upset that people think that, oh, some 16-year-old's trying to come in and really he's 25 and because he's brown, he's an immigrant. And he's running from bombs created by a Western world, that somehow he's a problem.
Right.
You're just falling for the same mistake that white ancestors fell for hating black people. Prejudge. But the thing is, they haven't even judged it, because if you judged it, you make an assumption. You're just you're just face value. What? Immigrants taking out? What? That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Too much brownies coming in.
That's it. Listen, I've heard it. I'm white. And I know, I told you, I was gonna walk around and secretly record white people and try and wean out the racist ones and be like, yeah, what do you think? What do you think of that black? I mean, look, they just walk around, don't they? These black guys, they're just walking around, yeah, fucking standing around, and then some of them will say, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? You got a problem with black people? And some of them be like, you know what? I was thinking the same fucking thing. So, and then literally make white people aware, because black people already know that there's white people really still hate it. Yeah. But white people are like, you know, we're getting over it, and we are, but there's still a lot of us that keep it going. And it's not that it's keeping going, it's a flame that's ready to spark. And they want a race riot, but the thing is, black people, white people have been interbreeding and socializing for so long that we can't hate each other unless you're talking about areas. They can play off areas, but black and white going to race with a war, it's not going to happen. It's too much commonalities now. But the Muslims, we don't know enough about Muslims, white people. So you can still be like, well, I've never been over their side of the fence, so I don't know, I don't trust it. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah. But when they're taking their little holidays to Morocco and all these places, that's all they're gonna be around. You're only gonna be around Muslims and all these people, and you want to eat Muslim food and you want to do this, but you don't want to respect the Muslim man. You understand? So it's a bunch of confusion going on there, mate.
It's divide and conquer, and confusion is the number one source of it. So, really, going back to Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Yes. But the whole reason they're saying Black Lives Matter is because it needs to be addressed.
That's right.
Yeah, like
Donald Sterling, the man with the MBA with that.
Oh, the guy that refused to
talking about Michael. What's his name? Magic Johnson and all that. Yeah. He was the head of that basketball team. He's talking about Magic Johnson and these black people and this and that. What did they do to him? When people stood up, when people said something and all grouped together, black and white, whoever joined up and said, nah, they got to do something like the man. Now the man's kicked out. He's nothing to do with basketball again. He's banned for life and he got a big fine. So if that ain't something, then I don't know what is. And that's just a small part of something.
That's the ripple that they want, because they know at the end of the day, starter pack. At the end of the day, starter pack. When you look at it, black people are not running the basketball industry. They're running the basketball game.
That's right.
They're running the game. They're not running the industry.
That's right.
So from the industries, they can do what they want. They can say, right, you're not getting paid, you're getting fined, and this and that and that and this, and it will ripple in the black community. And what it is they're trying to get, because listen, black people have never hated no one on the planet. Tell me who Africa went to war with, really, to try and extinct. Of course, there's loads of defending, there's loads of little parts that did, but as a nation of black people, they never went to try and, as far as I'm aware, they tried to educate enough people and barter and trade. So what they want is they want to try and get black people to a stage where they're ready to fucking go to war. Yeah, because then they know they spark the fire in the white race, and they can try and get us to all fight each other. And when there's no one else left, they come in and they tidy up. Like New Orleans. Whoever's rich gets out, whoever's left behind gets killed, they tidy up. Now it's a blank slate, it's a blank canvas for them to sort out. And we're literally talking about the ruling elite, the same people who have always remained in the same power. Like the white people you see are not really the slave owners. They was the ones that was told, oh, you know, you get to be a step above a black man, and they was happy because you had a step higher. They was never really the ones that was making the money, the ones that was making anything that was significant to say that, boy, well, we own 50 properties in Westminster. No standard white guy can say that. The only white people that own 50 properties in Westminster and Maryland and all these different places are ones that come from elites. They're cousins and cousins of elites, of elites, of elites, of elites. There is no marrying out, there's only marrying in. And you get picked and choose, and once you're in, you're in. There is none, and this is the problem for white people, that we don't it's easy for black people to see the enemy as a white man, but the white man can't see himself as the enemy.
All right, stop right there, Talapaton. That's what I want to touch on right now. You see, like, when I look at white people nowadays, they're all talking about, oh, Penelope did this, and, you know, Jonathan done that, and I'm listening to what you're saying, like on the train or the bus, and you're talking a load of shite. You're living in this fairyland air bubble type of what you're talking about. I can't even relate. I can't even hear you because it's just so far-fetched and just so stupid. Your jokes are rubbish and whatever you're talking about is a load of crap. Yeah? Now, why is it that you, as a white brother now, I mean I said brother, yeah? I use like my brother, right? Why is it like you know, as a white brother now, can look at the struggle and can look within your white self and understand where, yeah, my forefathers went wrong here, they did that, we can acknowledge that, and we're gonna try and, you know, we're gonna try and change that, or we're gonna try and talk about that. And the usual white man on the road, as soon as you start talking about what he's done wrong, no, I don't want to hear no more of that, mate. Fuck that, I don't want to hear that. Why, that's all finished. It wasn't me. You know, alright, it wasn't you, pal, yeah? But it was your ancestors, your forefathers, right? How come you don't want to be connected to them all of a sudden? But if your ancestors or your forefathers was billionaires from back in the 60s or whatever, you would love that title. Yeah. But now you don't want to talk about this stuff. So that's why I want to know from you now, what makes you different to them? Because when I look at you, I see a difference. I see a difference within your actions, within your way of life, the way you see things, the way you do things. But these other people, it's like they're in Hollywood, they're in Pretend Street.
That's what they are, Pretend Street. Yeah. And Pretend Street is big business. Yeah, they're building the most investments going in Pretend Street.
That's right.
Because they want to ship everyone in Pretend Street, so no one gets on Real Street.
That's right. That's right. True.
So the reason I am the way I am is because I've been around black people for fucking ages.
Yeah.
And it's not that I've just stand around because I'm just it's just my mates. I'm listening to what they're talking about when they say, you know, black this, black that, this, black this, that. So I will listen to black people talking about black people, cussing black people, rating black people, talking about black issues, black. It's not hard. Well, it's like listening to the white. It's like listening to Chinese talk about their problems and their internal struggles and you can feel it. You can listen and feel it. Yeah. Any child that you see suffering, if you can't feel that child suffering, you ain't got a mum and dad who's been blown up and it's hungry and it's poor, and if you can't feel that, then you're not human. Yeah. So first of all, you have to switch on your humane. You have to be humane with it. You have to listen to people. And and the thing is, most people when they're speaking, they're just waiting to talk. They're not really listening. When you say something, I'm just waiting to say my next thing next but I'm not really listening what you've said. Yeah. To get me. Yeah. So I've been listening. So the thing is, I'm willing to talk about it. There's enough white people that feel embarrassed to talk about it, and they haven't been around black people enough to really sit down and talk about it. Because I'm telling you, we don't talk about it when we're by ourselves. Yeah, white groups, we're not saying about fucking hell, you know, like fucking that history, that we're not even talking about that. Yeah. We're not even talking about it because culturally we're not really talking about that, but black people culturally are trying to connect to their roots and their history, and you look at it and you're like, okay, this is what they're about. So you have to there's certain things and aspects of different races and different cultures that do different things differently. We're not really about our history, except if you try and tell us that England's rubbish. Then they're like, well, I'm British and proud, and then you're like, well, what part? And they're like,
they started the war.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, so what part are you proud about? And then they don't want to talk about it because they're like, they don't even really know it themselves because we don't really know it. Then they'll talk about, I said this with my uncle, and he was like, oh, you know, the steel industry, well, it's finished, that's over. That was like about 70 years. That's over. What are we talking about? The genocide, the murdering, the poisoning, the conquering. What is this? What you're talking about? And they're like, no, because they didn't live then, so they don't even know what it was like. So you can't say bring back those days. Yeah. These good old days that white people keep talking about. They're talking about their own government. Stop putting them last, because most white people think they're last.
Is that it? Is that what they think?
That's what they think. They think they're last, bruv. White people think we're last and everyone else is getting sorted out.
What, even though they own everything? How could they think they're
last? It don't matter, everyone else is getting sorted out.
Okay.
You could have a big BMW, but if someone's getting a someone's getting a free grape, they're getting free grapes, and I'm in my bimmer full to the brim, and I ain't getting no grapes. So these cunts coming over here getting these grapes for nothing.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
That is the attitude. So that's where we are, and there's things that we have to address. And it's just time. It's conversating. It's understanding. It takes time. Like the thing is, it's taken time for black people to get where they are. Yeah, with where the history's been and where the future's going. Yeah. So this ain't no slapdash quick job. It's not. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's so not that. But the problem we've got is that the system and the elite are closing in. They've got the time we need to heal everybody. They would have done wrapped up this thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that they've got, is that they've got technology, they've got armies, they've got weapons, they've got all sorts of experts running down stuff that's gonna control us and defeat us. Whilst we're all trying to break bread, really understand. Right, is that how you? I didn't know you lot was really still upset about that. Like I didn't. Like we just don't care. Like I'm telling you blatantly honest, we don't care because we don't get it. We're more worried about this. Yeah. We're more worried about that, and you're like, well, for true, is that all you care about? It's like, yeah, because that's kind of that's what we're about. Yeah. You know, when you go to some tribes and they're just looking for like one piece of bushmeat to eat for the day, and that's it. And you're like, honestly, is that all you got to? And they're like, yeah, that's it, really. That's all that matters to us. Natural. And you're like, well, okay. Now I know, innit? Because I just thought you lot was just, you know, to get me.
One thing I want to touch on while you're here, Talapaton. The other day, a black brother played me this footage, yeah, of a white man phone call in America, yeah. He's making a phone call to the abortion clinic, and he's a normal these are normal men, just normal people making phone calls to the abortion clinic and saying that they're gonna pay for abortions on black babies. Yeah? And when I heard that, I was appalled when I heard that, bruv. I was thinking to myself, you probably haven't had no problems with a black person, right? You haven't had no wheelings and dealings. You just probably got up and hate on black people, or your parents hated on black people, so it's gone into you. Yeah? And that is your behavior. And what I will say is, you see, for the people that don't like black people, yeah, we don't like you either. So you can just stay in your corner and do what you're doing and chat your shit and do what you're doing, because no one wants to be around you. You see, people like Talapaton, my brother, right, and any other race of different people, what we all have to look at is this, yeah? We're all crabs in a barrel. No matter what colour you are, no matter where you think you come from, you're all crabs in a barrel. But what these crabs have to start doing is stop trying to pull one down when one gets up and one can get out. We have to start helping each other to get out of the barrel. Because you see, the real people, like what we talked about, the elite, they don't give a fuck about none of us.
They're about to put the lid on the barrel.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They don't care about none of us. So, you know, what I like about you, Talapaton, is you're pro-white, you're pro-black, you're pro-China, you're pro-everything.
Yeah.
You respect everybody's thing.
Yeah.
Now, if I can look at you and you tell me that you're pro-white, yeah, you want the best for your community, you want your best for this and best for that, and you don't want no one fucking about, and you want everybody to respect everybody, then I can respect you. Right? I can't respect a man who said he's pro-white and he wants everything for white people and everybody else to suffer. You understand what I'm saying to you? Just like if a man's black and he says he's pro-black and he wants everybody else to suffer, that means really and truly your heart's not clean, your heart's not as pure as it's supposed to be. You understand? So everybody can be pro whatever they want to be, but respect the other man for his thing. You might have a different religion, you might have a different language, you might have a different colour, but you got to respect everybody as a human being and as an individual. Yeah? Respect their God, their religion, their food, and we can all get along. Because the people at the top, they don't give a fuck about nobody.
Nobody. They're just using each other for their plan.
That's right.
That's all it is.
That's right.
And when we start looking at smaller details, we end up arguing and debating and warring. But then when you zoom out, you just realise, obviously, it's because of this.
That's right.
It's because of this that me and you even arguing.
That's right.
Yeah. That's because of that.
That's right.
So when you zoom out like adults, two little kids fighting over a stick, and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have given them the stick. I shouldn't have give two kids one stick.
That's right.
because one of them wants to beat the tree and the other one wants to dig a hole. But then now they're gonna argue for which one's gonna do what, and they can't really share because they just live in the now.
Right.
So as an adult, we have to zoom out and be like, man should either give them 2 sticks or no stick.
Yeah.
To get me, and even though as simple as that seems.
Or you know what? Dash where your stick. You and your stick go to hell. Yeah. Let's do our thing. Fuck him and his stick. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And that's where we gotta be at now. We gotta be at. You know what? You're not my enemy. Yeah, and if you are my enemy, go one side. I don't need to be around. I don't need to hear you. I don't want you around.
Like the whole enemy thing.
Yeah.
When you look at the wars that have gone on, they've always been headed by someone that was in the elite. Because when someone's you can if all hell breaks loose in England, America, gangs will take over. But I'm telling you, the gangs that take over, it won't be like what you see armies take over. Once people start dying and killing and that, it starts leveling out. Yeah, things start leveling out. Yeah. Once bad men start dropping and this one and perverts are killed, things start to level out.
That's right.
But when you got bombs and you got weapons and they're coming and they're eradicating people, it's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
But once no one ain't gonna really, like 30,000 normal British guys ain't gonna travel on foot to go somewhere else and defend nothing. Because it don't work like that. No one gives a damn that much.
That's right.
You've literally got to come over here and cause some problems for us to really, really go to war. But when it comes to armies, when it comes to indoctrinations of militarization of human beings, then they can send 30,000 over there to just do as they're told and press buttons when and where said.
That's right.
But generally, no one ain't gonna do it. So from they start beefing in the street and that, and it starts leveling out.
Yeah.
It starts leveling out. Once white people like, well, we can't take over this black area. Allow that. Then black people are free to do what they need in that little small area. As much as it seems like, okay, the metaphors you're using is extreme, but it's just wherever you go, it's always gonna just level out. There is no mass murders going on.
Yes.
Like that. No one's gonna give a damn that much.
Yes, sir.
To get me.
All right, Talapaton.
I want to just end it on a high. Black people are rising exceptionally well. No matter how much is being said.
Surely.
And the image, yeah? Because of course Black Lives Matter, because black women matter, black grannies with loads of information matter,
yes,
old black men that have fought through these times, young black guys that are inventors that are coming through. There's so much beautifulness about black, white, Chinese, brown, Asian, and everybody who's been mixing in between.
Right.
So it's a beautiful time to be acknowledging the truth of what's really going on and not caught up in the small details. So on that note, well done to everybody who's putting in the work, who knows what's going on and is looking at it from a much more conscious aspect rather than getting caught up in a little argument on the roadside between, like, you know, small dibby man.
Truly.
So yeah, well done to everybody.
Truly.
Uncle Jama, you don't know it's Tala representing to the fullest. Very pro white English guy, very pro black, very pro brown, very pro everybody, yeah? So yes. Pro doesn't mean anti.
Yes.
That you know. Tala representing, I'm out.
Aye, yes. Well, people, you had it right there. The man Tala, yeah, man, not the myth, you know, the man. He was here, right? I want to say big up to Tala, you know, my brother, you know. I can talk about anything to that man there, brother, you know, because the man just keep it real. You understand? And yeah, man, we want to say big up and love for coming out the studio today, Tala. Yeah, and all the people, them, you know, Uncle Jama, I only try to provide the real, you know, yeah. So just keep locked in, you know, and just support the movement, man, and love, yeah? Love and honor to everybody. Respect. I'm out. I had one. You. Ha.